Hello guys, and welcome back. So now it's time to work inside the group screen. Okay, let's start working with the groups. All right, so before that, let's have a look at our dark theme and see if we are missing something. Okay, so let's do the same things here. Let's just check. Okay, so we need to fix the color for that. Let's try this one. Yeah, since it's the same thing, and then looks like it's the only thing that we need to fix. Okay, so let's just add the color quickly on this context menu. So here we go inside the context menu, this reactions context menu, and then here on these, let's just have a color here at the end. Okay, so let's have a color. Let's click tab, and then let's see what Copilot is giving us. So colors, let me just close that. So this one, let's give it a colors dot let's just give it a black color, and then or maybe a gray color. We don't know what's going to look okay there. Okay, let's keep it black. And then the text as well. Where's the text? So this is the text. Let's also give it a color, which is going to be the same color. Let's hot reload. If we wrong place, yeah, now that's okay. Now we can see that. Let's bring up that. Yeah, I think we are okay. You can try the gray color and then you can see what suits you. Okay, now that is fine. Let's minimize and bring this back here. Now it's time to work on the groups. So let's go back, and then if we come here, okay, inside the groups. All right, so here in the groups we are going to have two types. We are going to have a private group and the public group. So for the private group, it's the one that you're going to create and maybe choose the people who's going to be there, and then no one can find it no user can find it unless they can find it, but maybe they have to request to join, or you can just put some restrictions to that group if you don't want it to be found, maybe if people are searching, or you want it just to be an open group. Anyone can get in and come out. Okay, so we are going to have a private group and a public group. So the public groups is going to be like chat rooms, the ones that you create, and then they are open. Everyone who's got the application can see, maybe can see those groups, and then they can join. And then the private one is the one that only you and the people you have put in there can find those groups, okay, in the application. Okay, I hope that makes sense. All right, so first of all, let's create these two classes, the private group screen and the public group screen. Okay, so also this reactions dialog, we don't need it anymore because we have created this reaction context menu dialog. Okay, so this dialog, let me close it out, and then I can also safely delete it from here. Reactions dialog. Okay, we can also delete this. We don't need this. I'm going to delete it. You can see that where are we calling it here. So this dialog we don't need anymore. Okay, let's delete that. And then let's also remove it from there. We can remove the unused imports there. Alright, now that that is out of the way, let's create those two screens. Okay, so I'm going to go in the main screens, right click here, then new file. So the first one is going to be a private group screen .dat. So here this is going to be a stateful widget. stateful widget. So let's name it the same, private group screen. Okay, great. And then here for now we can just return a scaffold. Yeah, just like that. And then we don't need an up bar here. Let's remove this up bar. What's going on here? We're missing a bracket. Yeah, so this is going to be a private group screen. Let's make another one for public. So we'll do the same. Let's have a public groups screen dot stateful widget public group screen. So we're going to have a scaffold here. Yeah, just like that. So I don't know why it's putting without one bracket. Let's have another bracket there. All right, so that is done. Next, let's create the tab here so that we can swipe between the public and the private. Okay, so for that we need to go back in the groups screen. Where is that groups screen? Here. Yeah, okay, here let's return our tab default tab controller. Okay, let's wrap this with a default tab controller. Wrap with a widget. So default tab controller, default tab controller. We're going to need the length, which is 2, and then here now we can put an up bar now. Okay, so under this scaffold we're going to have an up bar. So this up bar now is where we're going to put the title. Okay, so let's have a title. We need to call the up bar. That's when we can say title. Okay, so let's have an up bar. Up bar like that. Then inside here now let's have a title. So for the title, that's where we are going to put the private and public. Okay, so here in the title let's have a the tab bar. Okay, the same way like Copilot is showing us here. Okay, let's click that. So here that's when we are going to show private and public. Okay, but let's create constants for these. We don't want to be writing this hard-coded words like this here. We want to be using our constants class. Okay, so let's go inside our constants. Let's go static const. So this is going to be private. Let's copy that and then put it here. Let's do another one. Let's name it as a public. Let's copy that and paste it there. We can remove the constant, and then here we want to say constants dot private. Now we need to import this constant keyword, and then let's also have a constant dot public. All right, so now we can try to hot reload. You can see that we have public and private. Okay, so these, if we want, we can If we want them to be in caps, we can say dot to uppercase, and then we need to remove this constant keyword. Even here, dot to uppercase. All right, let's hot reload. Now we can have a okay, public and private. Okay, these two. So okay, next now we need let's just add some padding here, and maybe let's see, maybe we can also increase this to take the tab size. Okay, so here we need to give it some properties. So let's have indicator. We can do indicator or indicator size. So the indicator size, we can take the whole size of it if we want. We can take the label size if we can hot reload. So it takes the size of that label, or if we want, we can take the tab size. If we hot reload, you can see that it's taking sorry, I don't want to swipe. It's taking the size of that. Okay, so maybe here I'm going to take the label. You guys can put whatever you feel is okay. And then also we can put the padding here if we want. We can say content padding. What is it called? Okay, it's a padding. Yeah, the padding, if you want, we can try this horizontal to 30, or we can just put something like only, maybe just the left and the right. It's entirely up to you guys to customize this. You can hover over here, then check whatever you can change here. Okay, you can change the color, the divider color, we can change the label color, these ones, the disabled color, and then the click color. But I'm just gonna leave it simple like this. Okay, so once we have that, now we are going to need the body here. So here you can see we are just showing groups. Now what we want to do is to show, when we swipe, when we go to the left and private and public, we want to be showing the groups for private and public. Okay, I mean the screens. So here, instead of showing this, let's remove that, and then let's have a tab view. Okay, so here let's have a constant of tab view, and then the children now is going to be those two screens that we've just created. Okay, you can see corporate is knows, but it's just put these centers. So what's going on here? Looks like it has put it needs more bracket here. Let's put another bracket. I hope you guys are not having this same thing that it's putting more or less brackets. Okay, just be careful with that. So here, instead of calling this center, we can directly call our private group screen. Then also here we can call our public group screen. Okay, so that's how we do that. If you guys want to have more screens here or more tabs, you can just put more, and then also just match this label with this. Okay, if we hot reload, now we have a private. Now you can see we can swipe inside here. Okay, now inside there is two screens. Okay, if we only have one child here as a body, we can't swipe. Now we can swipe between these, but if we are outside here, if we get inside here, if we are outside here, we can swipe by going here. But if we are inside here, we can swipe between these. All right, great. So you're going to have a private groups and the private charts, and then the public charts. So that's all we need to do inside this group screen. Okay, now we move on to create the group. Okay, so that we can see it. So we need to have a button here for creating groups, and then this button should only show when we are inside the group screen here. All right, So let's go on ahead and create that button. So for that we need to go inside the groups screen. Where is that? Okay, we are already in here. Here is where we need to create that actually not in this group screen. We can, okay, yeah, we can create it here, or we can create it in the home screen here. This where is that home screen? Home screen here. So we can put that what's that, floating action button in here, and then depending on if we are here, or here, we can hide that button, okay, which I think is going to be okay, because if we are in the group screen, it's always going to be here. All right, and then if we swipe out of it, it's not going to look nice to find that here. But I'll show you what I mean, okay? You may not understand it now, the reason why we are going to put it inside the home screen, okay? So to put it here, we need to come here in the body. After the body, before this bottom here, we can put the floating action button, okay? Floating action button, this one. Then let's click tab. So we need to close that here, and then this navigation, let's remove it. So first of all, let's just hot reload and see what we have. So there is our floating action button. Now if you can see, everywhere we go we can see it, okay? But what we want is to only see it if we're in this screen. Now the other thing that I wanted to show you is when we let's say not have it here, let's copy it. So let's first comment it here, and then let's go inside the group screen. If we have that floating action after this body here, if we put it here, all right, let's also import this Cupertino icons. If we hot reload, yes, we're going to have it here, and then when we come out, you see that this one, it's coming with it, okay, and then going with it. What we want is not something like this. We want the animation of this floating action button to disappear when we go to the next screen, okay? This is the behavior that we want. Is when we are here, we don't see it. When we are here, we are seeing it. But the way we are finding it is not looking okay. We want it to disappear, okay? So to make that effect, we need to put it inside our home screen, okay? So let's remove it here, and then go in the home screen, and then uncomment it from here. So here, what we want is to only show it if we are in this groups, which is index 1, because this is index 0, index 1, index 2, okay? So here you can see that we have an index for these pages. We can check what page we are in this current index, okay? So here what we can do is just to check and show the floating action button if we are at this index, okay? So what we'll do is we are going to cut this and then say if current index is equal to, not that, so it's doing what we want, but now we want if current index is equals to 1, okay? Let's remove this first. So this is going to be navigate to create group screen, okay? So here instead of a chat bubble, let's have a create what can we do here? Create group, okay? What's that icon? Okay, let me remove all of this, and then let's see what Copilot to suggest. Cupertino add no, maybe let's say add person, add arrow down, add person, no, let's see, add group. Okay, let's just put a group. Let's just add this group. Okay, now if we hot reload, you can see that we have it here, but that icon is not even looking. Okay, let's change it. Let's have add okay, let's just use this one for now. Then let's restart. So now if I swipe out of this, you will see how it's going to disappear. You can see that. So that's the effect that we want to create. Okay, you can see that's the effect that we want to create, that the disappearing and appearing if it's here. All right, so great. So for the icon, you guys, maybe you can look for the better icon, just to show the user that we need to create a group. Okay, so now the next thing to do is to create the group. When we click this button, we're going to navigate to the screen where we are going to need to create the group. Okay, so let's keep these videos short. Right now we're ending this video right now. This was just for the UI of the group screens. Okay, so thank you guys, and see you in the next video.